Welcome to another class, or spiritual development class should I say, and see who turns up before we get started. While we're doing that, I'm going to set my candles and make sure that they are all doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. I'm just waiting for TikTok to do its thing, and then we will get started. Not sure if this is what seems to be. But I'm not sure if we got anybody on yet. We may have to start this again if it doesn't work, which it probably won't. Oh, something's happening now. We have comments coming up. Yay, I think we are live. I was going to think we would have to start again, but it's fine. We seem to be live. Hopefully it stays that way. Just gonna polish off me crystals while we're waiting on people turning up. Alrighty. Oops. Right, let me see if I can tag some people in here. Don't know if I can. Hello, Rochelle. How are you? Hello, Janae. Janae, can you put a little message in the subscribers group and let them know that we are live? Just stick it in the chat or something. Hello, Franny B. Hello, hello, hello. A little bit later than usual. I was gathering all my crystals as you do. Like, what's TikTok playing at here? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, can everybody see me all right? And is it working okay? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, can everybody see me all right? And is it working okay? Cause it took TikTok forever to load the live screen. So I don't know, I think I'm freezing. Am I freezing? If I'm freezing, I'm going to restart this because TikTok was really, really slow at the beginning. Thank you. Okay, let me know if I am freezing, because if the screen is freezing, I will restart. It's not the first time that's happened with TikTok. it freezes and then I have to start again. But hopefully it's not freezing. As in flame freeze. It is freezing outside, but it's warm inside. Hello, Rochelle. Oh, good. I don't have to restart again. So that's all good. I'm surrounded by plenty crystals, so if I have to chuck a crystal at the screen to get it working, do you know what? We'll just go with it, right? Oh my goodness me. Okay. We'll just see if a couple more folk turn up, and if not, we'll get started, because I'm sure everyone will get caught up. If not on this live, if they miss the live, they can watch it on the subscribers group on Facebook, or they can watch it on the Mystic Witch, because on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know how many subscribers are going to turn up tonight. We will see. But hopefully we get a few turning up. Yay! I know Tracy can't come because although she's a moderator and kind of a Facebook subscriber, she's not a TikTok subscriber yet. So, but she catches up on the replay, so it's all good. Okay, so can everyone hear me and see me okay? And is the screen okay and everything working okay? Hopefully it is. We don't want TikTok freezing on us in the middle of scrying. That would never do. So who has done scrying before and who is totally new to scrying? I know some people are new to it, some people have never even heard of scrying. But it just gives me a little idea as to how many have done scrying before, how many haven't but would like to learn scrying, and how many just haven't heard of it. Okay, I think we're just gonna go ahead and start the class, and then if whoever joins in after that will join in, and if not, they'll catch it on the replay. How does that sound? Everyone raring to go? Does anyone actually have crystals with them that they can actually join in? Or a bowl of water? All depends on what you've got. The tools that I've got with me today are my crystal ball. I have a large crystal ball that sits on a stand. I have two types of scrying mirrors, black mirrors. One is a flat black obsidian disc, and the other is a black obsidian crystal ball. So both are black obsidian. They are known as, you can use them as black mirrors. And then, of course, you can scry, if you don't have a clear crystal ball like this one, you can get a bowl of water, which is just like looking through a crystal ball. The only difference is, with a bowl of water, you'd be looking down on the water rather than through it or above it. but you can scry with a bowl. I've also lit a candle to bring spirit in as well, but you can also scry with candles. So I've got my little altar candle here, and I've decided I'm going to use white candle for that as well. But you can use any type of candle. You can use a tea light candle, whatever candle you've got at hand. Hello, Sierra Tango. Normal mirrors are okay, but you'd have to paint them black. The reason being, a normal mirror, you see your own reflection in it. So there's a lot of distractions. Whereas black obsidian, you don't see, well, you kind of see a slight reflection because it's shiny surface. But if you were to hold, let me just light my altar candle and show you. If it will light. Sometimes my candles are temperamental. As is this one. Let me give this a, there we go. Okay, Spirit do not want to light a candle. Whereas if you hold a candle, I don't know if you can see this, but if you hold a candle to a black mirror, can you see, you can only see the candle. You can focus on a candle, which is your focus point for a black mirror. If you used an ordinary mirror, you would see the black candle, you would see your own reflection, you would see everything in the room. There is just too much distraction for a black mirror. It's the same as if you were using a black crystal ball for a mirror. As you can see, you will only see, I don't know if you can see this because of the camera angle, but you would see just the candle in the black crystal ball. Let me blow that out just now. Don't want to waste the candle till we use them. Hello, Diane. So, black mirrors are good for scrying. However, use with caution. If you don't know how to, again, like the spirit boards, especially with black mirrors. Remember, mirrors are portals. Crystal balls are portals as well, but black mirrors are more so portals. And it's because you're shining the candle through the black mirror, and that can open a doorway because spirit will follow the light. It's like lighting your candle before you do any spiritual work. Spirit are drawn to the light, so they come in to readings or whatever it is that you're doing. But with black mirrors always come with a caution. A lot of people think, oh, it's great. You know, black mirrors are sort of more eerie to do scrying. So they just light a candle and welcome in spirit, not knowing who they're actually welcoming in. And then they go away and they leave it. A bit like the spirit board that we did the other night on the Wednesday dowsing event. If you leave your spirit board open, you're inviting unwanted guests. So when I'm teaching in my witch's coven, black mirrors are usually the last thing I teach, but I will cover them briefly. And the reason that I leave it to the last is if the witches are not experienced witches, I would not want to give them the responsibility of using a black mirror. I would rather they started off using candle scrying or a clear crystal ball scrying instead of the black mirror, if that makes sense. But I will talk about the black mirror in this class. So has anyone here used a black mirror? Or a crystal ball, glass of water, or bowl of water, or a candle to scry? How many of us have actually done a little bit of scrying in our time? I love scrying. The messages that you get with scrying is unbelievable. If anyone wants to join me on camera, just click the join button there. If they don't want to type and they just want to come and chat throughout the class, they're more than willing to do that. So has anyone got any questions before we go on? Or are we all cool and dandy to go on? Okay, no questions. Okay, so what is scrying? Why would we scry? And who can scry? Answer is anyone can scry. Absolutely anyone can scry. The same protection rules apply to dowsing or using cards. You light a candle, you make sure that you cleanse the room that you're going to be scrying in, and you set your intentions. I've got many tools with me tonight, so I'm going to set my intention that no matter which tool I use tonight, may only good spirit enter this space, and may only spirits with love and light enter the tools and the portals. I banish any dark souls. Hello Anika, you've just joined us. Welcome. So we're just getting started with the scrying, and we've just asked how many people have scryed before, how many people haven't, etc. But don't worry if you've missed the beginning, because if you go onto my website or if you've joined my Facebook group, this will be on the Facebook group after the live anyway. It will also be on the Mystic Witch YouTube channel. The link for that is in my website on TikTok bio. Thank you for the roses. So, you would cleanse your room. I usually use California white sage. In all my cleansing, I just don't think, in my experience, you can beat white sage for cleansing your home. You can use sea salt. You can use other incense. However, I just don't think you can beat Californian white sage for cleansing your home. So I always cleanse this room. It must be the most cleansed room, because I do have, I don't know if you can see in the background, let me see if I can get this, but I do have, it's the other way, it must be the other way, yeah, I do have my altar and my besom, my broom, over there in the corner. So I do a lot of spiritual work in this room. Oh, I've got the light twisted a little bit. So it's the most cleansed room in the house. We do all our spirit board readings here. I do my readings. I do my spell casting. All of that gets done in this room. So it has to be cleansed within an inch of its life. Thank you for the likes, everyone. So, you always cleanse the room first and light your candle, and then you would say your intention. If you are, we're going to start with the easiest tool to use, which would be either a glass of water, a bowl of water, if you don't have a clear crystal bowl, or you would use a crystal bowl like the one that I've got. Now, if I can lower, see if I can do this without turning all my lights off here, because it's on my light stand. If I can lower my tablet a little bit, we might be able to see the crystal ball. Oh, and we've turned the light off. I did say that that would happen. Let me put this back on. So, I don't know, let me see if I can turn this around a little bit. Okay. Can everybody see the crystal ball, or just the crystal ball? Let me see if I can just hold it a little bit. I don't know if it will. Can everyone see that? If I put my hand is actually on the crystal ball. I don't know if everyone can see that crystal ball. If not, I can just hold it. Would it be easier with the crystal ball here? Let's see if I can just turn this a little bit. Or would it be easier with me putting the crystal ball here? What is easier for everyone? Crystal ball in hand or crystal ball on the stand? Thank you for the likes. That's okay. The good thing about these classes is you can replay them and replay them and replay them, because I will be saving them to the group page and the Mystic Witch YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm going to use hand because then I can actually hold the crystal ball. I think that's a lot easier if I use my hand just to demonstrate that. It just does make it a little bit easier. So let's put my stand over here. Let's turn this light down just a little bit because it's a little bit blaring. There we are. See if I can get this light. Honestly, I can't wait till Christmas, because my wonderful partner is going to be getting me a new tablet, so hopefully it's got a better camera than this one, because my one is pretty much a dinosaur. Thank you for the finger heart. Okay, so the art of scrying, I would take my crystal ball and I would place my left hand on the top of the ball and set my intention. So my intention would be that I invite only spirits of light and good spirits to enter this room, and also to show me things within my crystal ball. I repel and dismiss any dark spirits, and I refuse them entry into my space or into my crystal balls or any of my tools, as I will it, so mote it be. So you're making it clear to crystal, clear as crystal, to spirit, that you will only allow good spirits to enter, and you will not allow any dark souls or any dark spirits to enter. That is so important. It's what you should be doing with whenever you're connecting with spirit, whether it's through cards, whether it's with using pendulums or dowsers or crystal balls or spirit boards, anything like that, any Even mediumship, even before mediumship, if I'm doing normal mediumship without cards, I would cleanse my space, and I would always set my intention that I do not want any dark spirits giving me messages to pass on to people. It's just not in my creed. And that is the first port of call. If you're going to remember anything, please do remember that one point is set your intention. And always at the end, thank Spirit, and then ask them to leave. Politely ask them to leave. And then you would blow out any candles that you've got lit. And then you would obviously put your crystals back where they were. There is a separate routine for putting black mirrors back, but we will go over that when we get onto the black mirrors. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things that you can actually see within a crystal ball. And this is where we're going to have the fun. Now, I don't know. I'm going to turn this light off just a little minute, because it might be easier if we have a little bit of candlelight. Let me see if I can use my big candle. Because we may, there's less reflection on this ball when I've got the big light out, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can light my candle. Oh, come on. So you can have the candle behind or in front. You can hold the candle in front of your bowl and look through your bowl if you wanted to at the candle. I always have the candle behind me because then I can see the reflection. Or sometimes I just have the candle at the side of me and I just cut the bowl so that I am limiting any shine or any reflection. So I've got my hands around the bowl. You can, if you're doing it on a table and you've got a black cloth or even your black mirror, you can put the black mirror on the table, and as you can see, that turns it so that there is no reflection. So you can look at the crystal from above. You can use a black cloth. So if you're using a crystal on a clear crystal bowl on the table, use a black cloth, unless you're experienced with black mirrors. But you can use a black cloth so that you don't get, can you see how that stops most reflections? So that you're only focusing on the bowl. But for now, we're just going to use my hand. And what I'm going to do, I can put my crystal there for you, for those that don't have a black cloth or whatever. So we're going to do this scrying together. So what you're going to be doing is, you're going to be using a soft gaze. You're not going to strain your eyes. You don't want to be straining your eyes doing this. You don't want to be opening your eyes wide and just really gaze, staring and staring and staring. You want to have your eyes relaxed. And imagine you're looking out of a window, right? When you look out of a window, do you actually see the glass, or do you see what is outside the window? Right? Chances are, hopefully, you see what's outside the window, right? The eye misses the glass and focuses on what is outside the window. right? So we never think about there's a pane of glass in between us and the outside, because our eyes are used to just looking straight out of the window and seeing what is outside, right? It's almost like the glass is invisible. And it's the same with when you're scrying. What you want to be doing is you're going to be focusing on the center of the bowl, whether you're looking above it or whether you're looking through it. So you're going to use the same stare that you would use if you were looking out of a window. So I would hold the ball up and I would be looking straight through that black, right? So you could pretend you're looking at a night sky or whatever, right? So you're not looking at the glass, you're just looking at that. So when you start scrying, what you want to do is you want to focus in the middle of the ball. I will put the black disc over it before we start scrying, so that it helps you to focus in the middle of the ball and not all of the reflection. So what you want to do is you want to stare without blinking. So you just want a soft stare right through the ball, as if you're looking through a window. Now there will come a point where your eyes may start to water, or they get a little bit nippy. So what you do at this point is you lightly close your eyes, and you should see a white globe, a white ball, right? Because you've been gazing at the crystal ball, when you close your eyes, you should see a white glowing ball of light. When you see that white glowing ball of light, you open your eye again and you continue to do your stare again. I can stare for ages because I've been scrying for many years. And then I will close my eyes very lightly until I see that glowing white ball on the inside of my eye. And then I continue to gaze. Now what will happen is that the inside of the ball will start to mist. You may initially see nothing. You might not even see the mist to begin with. You might see nothing. And remember, don't strain your eyes. If your eyes get tired, stop. End the scrying and then try again another day. It takes years of practice to be able to scry for long periods of time. I would always advise never scry any longer than 20 minutes. You are really going to strain your eyes, right? Whether you're doing crystal ball scrying, whether you're doing candle scrying, whether you're doing black mirror scrying, it's the same. 20 minutes maximum. Otherwise you're going to really tire your eyes, because your eyes are staring at the ball for quite a while without blinking. And then you're closing them and seeing the white ball. Then you're opening them again and continuing to stare. Remember, always use a stare that as though you're looking out of a window. That's the gaze that you want to have. Oh wow, amazing. It is amazing what you can see. So we're going to do a little bit of scrying together. So I'm going to ask everyone just to relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Relax in mind, body and spirit. Again. and out, and one more, and out. That clears the mind and gets us ready to focus. So set your intention, even though you're on the other side of my screen, because we're all scrying. If you are joining in with my scrying, set your intention. You can use your own words, whatever comes to mind. Remember, you are inviting good spirits of light to enter, and you are banishing dark spirit. Once you've set your intention, you can start to gaze the ball. I'm going to use the camera because obviously I've got the disc this side, but I'm going to use the camera just to gaze in the center of that ball. So you're going to gaze until your eyes start to knit or water. And then when they do, just close them and you should see a white glowing ball in your eye. When you do, open your eye again and continue to scry. Once we've done this a few times, we can share. I'll put the ball a little bit closer. Once we've done this a few times, we can share our stories, what we see. Remember, you're just focusing on the center of that ball, as though you're looking right through it. Already my ball is starting to mist a little bit. Again, don't rush it and don't strain your eyes. If your eyes get tired, just stop scrying. We'll give it a few more minutes because I don't want to tire you out on your first class. But remember, practice makes perfect, so you can use a bowl of water at home if you don't have a clear crystal and practice this at home. Now, as I said, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put this bowl on its stand for a minute. How did everybody get on? Remember, if you saw nothing at all, that doesn't mean to say that you have done it wrong. Far from it, right? It just means that you need to focus your intention. You need to focus your eye a little bit more. Hello, Stephen. So what did everybody see in the bowl? Did anyone see anything? That's amazing, right? So you basically saw the stairway to Spirit Realm. They were showing you a stairway to Spirit Realm, which a lot of people that have like near-death experiences often talk about a stairway and bright light and spirit. So if that's the first time you've done that, Sierra Tango, well done. You're going to be a natural at that, and some people are natural. They find that they can scry no problem. Other people take a little bit longer to scry, and that's okay as well. Yeah, crystal balls. We are talking about crystal balls. As in big crystal balls. Although we do have small black crystal balls as well. Oh dear. We can all tell Stephen has entered the room, can't we? Oops. Let me put this crystal ball on its stand. Well, you could either be male or female, black or white balls. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Oh my goodness me. Only Stephen could draw the goddess ball. Let me just put my light back on because I am still a bit in the dark because of the crystal ball. There we go. You can see me a little bit better. But yeah, poor Stephen got the goddess card yesterday. So he didn't know whether he was male or female, bless him. 2 spirits. Yeah, Dragon's Eye are really, really popular with scrying. It also, Dragon's Eye can also indicate that you are connected with dragon magic, a bit like working with the Fae. So seeing dragon scales, dragon's eyes, dragon embryo, baby dragons, etc. Spirit are letting you know that you can work with dragons, and you can use dragons in magic, etc. You may even have a dragon as a spirit guide as well. So if you see a lot of dragons when you're doing scrying, that's what that means. Dragon eye can also mean the same as an all-seeing eye. We've all seen the hand that has the eye in the middle, which is the Egyptian all-seeing eye. It's the same thing. It's letting you know that you have a natural ability to connect with spirit, right? You've got the all-seeing eye. Your third eye chakra is wide awake and open. Seeing an embryo of an unborn child, that may be telling you that either you or somebody in your family may be giving birth in the future. So it may be an indication of a forthcoming birth, forthcoming celebrations. Yeah, so you could see sometimes you can see two sort of spirits together, and they are that, you know, spirit, when you see spirit through a bowl, they are kind of like floaty and interact. They kind of float around the bowl, or they interact, or they go back and forth with each other, etc. And that's common as well. Right, that spirit letting you know that your angels are with you, spirit are with you, they are guiding you, they are protecting you. And the more that you practice with the crystals, or the glass of water, or the bowl of water if you're using bowl of water, the more that they're going to show you. And you might see those same two spirits in every scrying session, or at the beginning of every scrying session. And then they may step aside and let you see other things. Yeah. So you see how we all used the crystal bowl, and we all saw different things. I saw rolling hills and waterfalls and valleys. But that's not uncommon for me to see that, because my great-grandmother, who's always been my guide since I was young, one of her dying wishes was to go back to Ireland, because she was exiled from Ireland and she never got to go back to Ireland. So often she reminds me of that by showing me rolling hills and valleys and waterfalls and rivers and streams from her homeland in Ireland. So that kind of resonated with me, and I do see that quite often. And it's her way of letting me know that she's around as well, if that makes sense. So, as well as if you were using a crystal bowl or a glass of water, and you would put, if you were placing the glass of water on the table with your black mat underneath it so that it has no reflections, and you had been doing your scrying, what else would you need beside you, as well as the crystal bowl, the candle, and doing your scrying? What else would be handy to have with you at that particular point, and why? Good night, Diane. No problem. This will be shared onto the subscribers page on Facebook and the Mystic Witch YouTube channel anyway, so you can catch it anytime. But thank you for joining us, and I'm glad you got a little bit of a scry. Well done, Sierra Tango. Yeah, something to write with. A notepad, a journal. I have a card journal that I also use for my scrying journal. So if I'm scrying, I don't want to forget what I've seen during my scrying session, because there might be important messages when I'm doing my scrying. So I always make sure that I have notepad and pen beside me. Same with if I'm using spirit board, which we will be covering spirit boards in a later class. If I'm using spirit board, I've always got pen and paper. Same with dreams, dream journals. You need to make sure that you've got something that you can write down on, so that you're recording vital information. Otherwise you're going to lose that information or forget about it. Yep, a journal. Yep, a journal as well. Yep, journal, notebook, anything like that. So do we have any questions about, I know what Stephen's going to come out with as soon as I say this, but has anyone got any questions about bowls? Crystal bowls. Does anyone have any questions about scrying the clear crystal bowl or the glass of water or the bowl of water? Now, is that elf that you've just sent, Stephen, is that male or female? Oh dear. If we don't have any questions, it's absolutely fine. Does everyone know what they would be doing then if they were to... So after this class then, we're all confident to grab our balls and start scrying with them. Right? Or does anybody have any questions? Oh my goodness me. Because we're going to do a little bit of a different type of scrying in a minute, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing as far as scrying the crystals, especially a clear crystal bowl. So you would light your candle, cleanse your room, set your intention. You know to just take a few deep breaths in and out to relax mind, body and spirit. To place your clear bowl or bowl of water on a black surface, such as it could be a black table, it could be a black cloth, whatever you've got that is black. And that takes, as you can see, anything placed black on that takes the reflection away. So if that was sitting on a black mirror, it turns it black. So that you've not got anything but black through that bowl. And then you can scry into that crystal bowl that way. You can also have a candle in front of the crystal bowl and focus just on the candle flame and nothing else, and then you would see things in the center of the bowl. I would say it's a lot easier if you have a black cloth on the table under your bowl so that you don't have any reflections. And then if you want to do candle scrying, which we're going to do just now, that's a totally different way of scrying. Once you've finished your scrying of your crystal bowl, you would then say, thank you, Spirit, for showing me X, Y, and Z in the crystal bowl. I would now like to ask you to leave as I close this session. And then you would blow out any candles. That lets Spirit know that the session has ended, and you would put your crystal in a safe place, whether it's on a shelf or wherever you may keep your crystal bowl. I knew Janae would love Stephen's sense of humour, honestly. You know it's going to be a fun class when Stephen enters the class, let me tell you. Okay, so we all know what to do with a bowl of water, keep saying a glass, but a bowl of water or a crystal bowl. So now we're going to go on to the candle. Alright, so we're going to go on to candle scrying. So again, candle scrying is a little bit like crystal ball scrying. But the only difference is that instead of looking through a clear crystal, as you can see from this flame, where the candle wick is, you have the blue part of the flame, and then it goes on to the yellow part of the flame. You're going to focus your intention, or you're going to focus your gaze on the very tip of the blue part of the flame. So you would be looking through that flame as though you were trying to see what was behind the flame. Like looking at a window. So you would, again, set your intention that while I'm scrying this candle, may only good spirits attend, and may bad spirits and dark souls leave this space. I refuse any entry for dark spirits or dark souls during this session. So you're making your intention very, very clear right from the go. Then you're gonna, obviously you would have been relaxed, taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth without blowing your candle out. Again. And out. And again. And out. So then we're going to gaze into the center of that flame. Not the candle wick or the candle itself, but straight through the flame as if you're looking through a window. So it's almost like you're trying to see what is on the other side of the flame. So your eye is going to be focused on that blue part of the flame at the bottom of the wick, if you can see that in the glare. So again, same principle, gaze until your eye is a little bit stingy or watery, and then gently close your eye. This time you should see the candle flame behind your eye. Once you see that flame, again continue the gaze. You should see things within the flame then. Now that could be colours, it could be people, it could be dragon's eyes, it could be whatever. You might just see nothing to begin with. But again, practice makes perfect. Again, if you get too tired, stop scrying. Do not strain your eyes. So we're going to try and scry the candle for a couple of minutes. So does everyone know what they're doing with the candle? Yay! I love taking notes. Okay, so let's scry the candle. So you're going to get as close to the candle as you can without burning your nose or your eyebrows or your hair. That's why I've got my hair tied back. And we're just going to gaze. So we'll keep scrying for a few more minutes and then we'll compare notes. Okay, we're going to put the candle to a side. Let's turn this to the side. Okay, how did everybody get on with the candle? How did everyone find the candle? I love that Janae was taking notes. And the thing is, what I found in my previous classes when I used to teach a lot was people would take notes from the first class and they would watch the class over again and they would think, oh, how did I miss that bit? So watching the classes over and over again is beneficial as well, because you might think the first time round you've actually caught everything. And then when you watch it over again, you think, how did I miss that bit? I must have been thinking about something else when Lady Moonlight was talking about that, because I can't remember that bit of the class. So, yeah, taking notes during the classes are really, really handy. And then if you do watch the classes again, compare your notes with what you're seeing the second or the third or the fourth time, and you'll probably find there's bits that you've missed. So how did everybody get on with the candle? Did anyone see anything with the candle flame? Or did you find that the candle was a bit more trickier than the crystal ball? What was easier for you? Was it easy? Because not everybody can scry a candle. Some people have got really, really sensitivity to candlelight. And they find it really, really difficult to scry a candle. So they opt for the crystal ball or the glass of water, or if they're experienced enough, the black obsidian black mirror. So how did everybody find the candle? I actually saw spiral dance. Within the center of the candle, I could actually see figures doing a spiral dance round a campfire, which was absolutely amazing to see through a candle. I don't know if the comments are working or whether everybody's fallen asleep. Can everyone hear me and see me? Was the candle up long enough for everyone to have a short practice at candle scrying? Or would anybody like to do more candle scrying? Right, okay, I can see Anika's comments now. Okay, Sierra was distracted. Anika, I can see your comments. I can just see Anika's comments coming through now. I think maybe TikTok's a little bit slow tonight. But did everybody feel that they had enough time with the candle scrying, or would you like another little practice with the candle before we move on to the black mirror? Does anyone want a little extra time to scry a candle? Thank you for the like, Sierra Tango. I genuinely think TikTok's maybe slow tonight with their comments. I think the comments are coming through, but they are a little bit slow. All right. So Janae would be one of the type of people that candle scrying is not their thing. And that's quite a common thing with a lot of people. A lot of people find that the light of a candle is really, really tricky. I've been used to scrying candles since I was a little girl. When I was a child, we were all brought up with, me, my brothers and sisters were brought up with coal fires. And I would sit on a winter's day or a winter's night, and I would look at all the dancing flames, and I could see things through the flames, a bit like looking through a candle flame. So I've been scrying for many years, and it's just something that's natural to me that I can scry a candle, I can scry the clay crystal ball, and I can scry black mirrors. But a lot of people really do struggle to scry a candle. And it could just be that they are not tuned into the light or the bright light of a candle. But they can find it much easier to scry with a clear ball. Find the medium that works for you. If the candle is not your scrying tool, that doesn't mean to say that you're a failure at scrying. Not at all. It just means that this is not your medium. So your medium may be a bowl of water, or it may be a clear crystal ball kind of thing. So we're going to blow this altar candle out, because I still have my other candle. And then we're going to get the black mirror. Now, you can use a black ball, but I find that this black mirror is a lot bigger and flatter for teaching, so it helps you guys when I'm using the flat black disc mirror rather than the ball. But you can use the black scrying ball as well. Just make sure that, again, if you turn the light off, see, if you turn the light off, you just make sure you don't have any reflection. So there's a wee reflection there from the ceiling light. So I would just shade that. And as you can see, that would give you your black space, which is just the same as your clear ball, but it's actually a black mirror. Because it's made of black obsidian, this is where it's important to set your intention. And you also need to open and close the portal, because it is a very strong protective crystal, with it being black obsidian. You can take a picture frame, just a normal picture frame, and take the paper outside from inside it, and you can use a matte paint, and you can paint a picture frame black so that your mirror would be black. A lot of people do that. They make their own black mirror because they don't want to use a powerful crystal like obsidian, right? And they feel safer doing it with the normal sort of, I wouldn't say never paint over a normal mirror. I would say get a picture frame that's got a glass in it and paint the glass. And you want it so that you want to paint both sides of the glass so that it's not a shiny surface. So you would paint both sides of the glass totally black with a black matte. You don't want any sheen on it. Once it's dry, put it back in the frame and you've got a framed black mirror. And you might feel a little bit safer because it's just painted mirror rather than the powerful black obsidian. Once you've mastered scrying, then you can go on to using the black mirror with the obsidian. But if you're unsure and you just want to play on the safe side, simply taking a picture frame, painting it black with black matte paint works just as well and a little bit safer. Hello, Retta. Isn't it just? Thank you for the hot choco. I love that. That's lovely. Retta, don't worry about what you've missed. We've been talking about scrying with crystal balls. And we've also done candle scrying. We're now going on to black mirror, which is why I've got the lights out a little bit. So we spoke about, just to recap for Retta, cleansing your room like you would do if you were doing pendulum work, lighting a candle to invite spirit in, and then you would set your intention. So if I was holding my black mirror disc, I would set my intention. May only good spirit enter this magical portal. Because it's black obsidian is now a portal. I refuse to allow any dark souls or dark spirit to enter this portal at any time. Only good light spirits or white spirits may enter at this time, as I will it so mote it be. So then you would use your same gaze as though you were looking through a window. So imagine that this is not a solid black disc, right? It's a window looking out into the night. So you would be looking out the window. You wouldn't see this as a solid crystal. You would be looking out of a window. Same with the crystal ball that we did earlier. So what you're going to be doing, again, what you can do is you can have a candle in front of it. I don't know if this one will show, but you can have like a candle in front of it so that you can see the candle through the dark, or you can just have a look through the dark. It depends. Not everybody likes candle reflection. Some people just like to look into the dark. So you're looking, I'm going to hold this near, so you're going to be gazing at the center of the disc with a soft gaze without blinking. When your eyes get a little bit stingy, close your eyes very lightly until you see an illuminated round disc or round ball on the back of your closed eyelid. You might even see the black disc. Whether it's lit up or whether it's just a black disc. Once you see that, open your eye again and continue gazing into the center with a very soft gaze. So let me show you. If I was gazing the camera, I'd be looking at the camera. And then I would close my eyes as soon as my eyes started to nip or sting, and then I would open and continue to gaze. And you're doing that throughout the whole process of scrying. Hello Jenny and welcome. We're just going on to black mirrors. We spoke about crystal ball and candle scrying, which you can watch this back on the class page. I will be sharing this video on the class page. Now we are going on to scrying with black mirrors or obsidian mirrors like I have. So we've gone over our protection and we're now ready to gaze this piece of obsidian. So again, you're going to imagine that this is not a solid obsidian disc. This is a window that you're looking out into the night. You're going to gaze in the center with a steady gaze. When your eyes get a little bit stingy, close your eyes till you see a disc or a round orb on the back of your closed eyelids. Open your eyes again and continue scrying again until your eyes get tired, and then close them. What might happen, this might mist over, and you might see colours, you might see people, you might see scenes. Everybody's different, right? When we were doing the crystal ball earlier, some people saw dragon's eyes. Someone actually saw a baby's embryo, an unborn baby, which indicates a birth coming into the family at some point. Some people see colours, and that's all they see is colours. Everyone is different. I saw waterfalls and rivers, hills and valleys, but I know through past experience that's my great-grandmother showing me her homeland in Ireland, because she was exiled from Ireland in the 1800s, and it was her dying wish to go back to Ireland. She never got that wish. So she often shows me parts of Ireland, so that made complete sense to me. Dragon's eyes are usually telling you that you're connected to dragon magic, and it might be a good idea to look up or learn a little bit more about working with dragon magic. As I said, an embryo of an unborn child could indicate a birth, somebody bringing new life into the family, that kind of thing. So everybody sees something different. So with you're going to use a soft gaze. We're going to gaze into the disc as though you're looking out of a window into the dark night. And then as soon as your eye gets tired of staring, or as soon as you want to blink, gently close your eyes till you see a disc in front of your closed eye. Open your eye again, continue to scry, and we're going to do that for maybe 5 minutes just to give people a wee chance to practice. And then we can compare notes as to what we saw. So for you on the other side of the screen, you will be looking at this disc in the center of this disc. I will be looking at the disc on the other side. And we can all compare notes at the end. So is everyone ready? Tap the likes if everyone is ready to scry. Let's do a little bit of practice with the scry. Let's do some scrying. Sierra Tango sent some likes. So we're ready to go. We're ready to scry. Okay, I'm going to hold the disc up for everyone to see. So all you're looking at is the center of the disc. That's all you're focusing on. So let's go. And we'll do it for 5 minutes. It is now 23, 32, so 42. So at 42 minutes past, we'll stop scrying. So we're giving everyone, in fact, we'll give everyone 5 minutes to begin with. So 38 minutes past. Remember, if you feel like you want to blink, that's when to close your eyes and then reopen them again. Use a very soft stare. Don't try to strain your eyes. Look at the crystal as though you're looking through a window. A relaxed gaze through a window. That's the gaze you're looking for. Okay, we've got 1 minute left. Okay, so that's our 5 minutes. How did everybody get on? Let me just put my light back on. There we go. Let's put us in the light again. Oops. A little bit too bright there. Oh. There we are. That's a little bit better. Thank you for the lights, Sierra. So how did everybody get on with that session? Did they find the Black Mirror a little easier than the candle scrying? And you'll probably feel, my goodness, my eyes have had a workout, right? And they will have. Your eyes will have had a really good workout doing the scrying. I love that. 3 stones, trees and water. It doesn't matter, Janae, because you can practice doing it on the video when it's saved to the group page. And that's the beauty, because I can save it to the subscribers group page and the Mystic Witch YouTube channel. It means that you can come back and watch this video over and over again, and you can have that 5 minutes scrying with the obsidian mirror before you feel confident enough to do scrying on your own. That's the beauty of the videos. That's the beauty of video classes, that you can replay them and replay them and replay them so that you're able to watch. The 3 stones and the trees was a really interesting one. Trees and water and the 3 stones. The 3 stones could represent past, present and future. The water is cleansing, maybe cleansing of the past into the present and into the future. Trees is knowledge. So it's maybe telling Sierra Tango that she is on a learning journey, but also a cleansing journey as well. And certainly if you are getting a lot out of these classes, you are definitely on a learning journey. And, you know, it's sort of relearning things that you probably never knew before, or you've maybe dabbled with scrying, but not quite got a good handle on how to scry successfully without doing it wrong. And also, it's important that everyone learns to set their intentions, to make sure that they're keeping themselves safe when scrying. No, that's okay. It doesn't matter if you didn't see anything to begin with. That's the beauty of it all. People will scry at their own pace, right? I did a scrying class in the past, and I had one lady, she messaged me after the class and she said, I was listening to everybody telling you what they saw in the bowl, or what they saw in the candle, or what they saw in the disc, and I felt bad because I didn't see a single bleeding thing. So I must be rubbish at scrying, or I'm doing something wrong, or maybe this is a wrong class for me. My answer to her was no. To all 3 of those, the answer's no, because we do things at our own pace. Right? Not everybody is going to get scrying straight away. Not everybody is going to be able to use a dowser like we did last class straight away. Right? it's like anything else. It's like any new skill. Practice makes perfect. And you're not a failure in any way, shape or form if you see nothing. It takes practice. And it takes daily practice. You can take a bowl of water every day and practice and practice and practice. And one day, just out of the blue, it will just happen for you. Everybody does things at a different rate. So just because, I always say to my students, never be afraid to tell me that you didn't see a thing. That doesn't mean say you failed. Because it could just mean that your third eye needs a little bit work on before it can actually see what you're doing with scrying. The more that you practice, the more that you ground yourself, the more that you do your clearing of your chakras, etc. It's like I teach in all of my classes and also some of my readings as well. If your chakras are blocked, you'll not see anything, right? So even with scrying, with reading cards, with doing pendulums, if your chakras are blocked, you're not going to see them. So your first port of call before you should attempt scrying or pendulum working or working with spirit boards, cards, etc., is make sure your chakras are clear first. So take time out to do a little bit of self-healing. Maybe do a sky and earth grounding meditation, for example. Maybe work with crystals to clear your chakras. Maybe start wearing black obsidian. Maybe wear black onyx or black tourmaline. You might want to take a piece of amethyst and place it on your third eye, or a piece of clear quartz and put it onto your crown chakra, just to make sure that your crown chakra and your third eye chakra are clear, so that you're able to do scrying. But I don't ever want any of the people or the students that I teach to think, oh my gosh, I'm saying nothing, because I don't want to be the only one in class saying I didn't see a single thing. It's absolutely okay to not see anything on the first, second, or even sometimes the third time that you're scrying. That's absolutely normal, right? And it doesn't mean that we're failing. It just means we need more practice in that area or with those particular tools, if that makes sense. So does anyone have any other questions? I know a few people came in at the end, so I know that there'll probably be more questions coming in when you get a chance to watch the replay of this class in the subscribers group or on the Mystic Witch YouTube channel, which is the channel I'm going to reserve just for subscriber lessons like this one. But I don't know if anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask at this point. Yeah, definitely watch the replay. Definitely watch the replays, because the replays are going to help you massively. Because we did a little bit in the for those that have just joined, we did scrying with the crystal ball, so you can have a little bit of practice with the crystal ball. We also did a little bit scrying. What we did was we used a pillar candle, and then I took my little candle lighter. We lit a candle, and we did some candle scrying as well. So watch the replay, you can actually do some of the scrying along with the video. That's what I love about saving the videos. So we did a little bit of candle scrying, and then we did some black mirror scrying. We talked about protection. We talked about setting up your room, cleansing your room, lighting a candle so that you're calling in spirit, setting your intentions so that only good spirit come in and bad spirit are not allowed in any way, shape or form. We then ask spirit to help us to see things in the bowl, the black mirror or the candle. But you know, you can scry anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. You can practice scrying anywhere. Sitting on a park bench on a rainy day after the rain, and you may have a puddle at your feet, right? You can scry that puddle. It's a shiny surface. So you can actually use the same technique, just soft gaze into the puddle and just see what you can see in a puddle. Walking beside a still lake or a pond that has no movement in it, right? The waters are calm. You can scry the surface of that pond as well. The only thing you can't scry is an ordinary mirror, because there's too many things, right? If you're looking at a mirror, it's like looking at this video camera, right? You'll see me, you'll see the room, you'll see other things. So you can't, there's nothing that, you know, it's hard to focus on a normal mirror. Whereas having that crystal ball with a black cloth or something underneath it, so if this was sitting on the table, as you can see, you would have very little reflection on there, and you'd be able just to see through the black. Or if you had a darkened room, you, for example, if I turned this light off, and you had a darkened room and you shaded the ball a little bit, can you see? You're kind of taking the reflection away, and you can scry the mirror or scry the ball that way, just by gazing into the center of the ball. So it's all practice. The more you practice, the more you will see. Eventually, when you become a dab hand at scrying, especially if it's a clear crystal ball like this, what you should start to see is that inside the crystal ball starts to mist. You might see a mist. And in that mist, the mist might clear, and you might see, like Sierra Tango did, she saw trees and 3 stones, etc. So everybody's different. Everybody sees different things. When I was doing the black mirror, I saw a forest being burnt down to the ground. Now, I have seen that in many, many of my scrying, and I know that that is a future prediction, because it's kind of a warning for us starseeds, to let us know that the reason that we are here is to avoid Earth destruction, right? If we don't spread awareness to heal Mother Earth now, then she's just going to self-destruct. There's going to be forest fires. There's going to be really, really bad tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes that are just going to basically destroy the Earth. The ozone layer is already destroyed. Ice caps are melting at a rapid rate. So it's not the first time when I've been scrying the black mirror that I see this, because light workers are constant reminders of the job that we've got to do here on Earth, i.e. we've got to teach classes like this one to spread awareness, and hopefully we gather enough people over the next few years or whatever to avoid all of that disruption. Pretty scary stuff when you can see. That's the worst thing about being, let me put my light back on. That's the worst thing about being a starseed or a light worker. We can see the past, we can see the present, but we can also see well into the future. And we've got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I also have some news for everyone. Now, it might not resonate with all of my subscribers, but it might be of interest to some. On the 1st of January, I decided to, as well as doing these subscriber classes, these will continue to go on regardless. But it will be on Facebook only. It's not going to be on TikTok because it's going to be a closed witches coven. And it's going to be for people who are really drawn to traditional witchcraft. So if, for example, if you already follow Wicca or Green Witch or Hedge Witch, that kind of thing, probably my new coven in the new year probably would not suit, because traditional witchcraft is totally different from Wicca. There are no books written on traditional witchcraft. It's all passed down from elder crone to mother to maiden. So if anyone would be interested in following that path, be warned though, before you decide, oh, that sounds exciting, or that's something that I really want to do. If you follow the path, it is a strict path, and it requires you to do a lot of daily rituals such as meditations, grounding, all of that. And I will always say to people, if you don't have time to do daily meditations at least twice a day, then the coven will not work for you. But I just wanted to put that out to my subscribers as well, that that's what I will be starting in January for anyone that is interested in doing that. Hello, Cecilia. We've kind of just come to the end of tonight's class, but I am going to save the entire class onto the subscriber group for everyone to watch. So before we go, does anyone have any questions about the class or what we've actually covered? Or are we all good to watch the replay and do some practicing? For the ones that have just joined, like Cecilia, this class covered scrying. So we did some practice with scrying a crystal ball. We also did practice with scrying black mirrors, or just black obsidian balls. You can scry with black balls as well. And we also covered things like how to scry candles or the flames of a fire. So there is ample opportunity when you watch the playback of this video to have some practice at all steps of scrying. We also spoke about me opening my own Traditional Witches Coven again in January on Facebook. It's not going to be on TikTok because TikTok can't give you, well, they can, I suppose, but you would have to have separate subscribers, which is a bit complicated. So it is only a Facebook coven, but it's for anyone that's interested in following the traditional witchcraft path. But as I said before, give it some thought before you say aye or nay to it, because I've had people in the past join in my coven and then they fall away from it because they don't realize that you have to make time for daily meditation, daily affirmations. You need to make time for witches' chants, all of that, spell casting, working with herbs, setting intentions, all of that. If you really, really do not have the time to do that or to study that, then I'll let you know right here and now the coven's not for you. A lot of my day is taken up doing affirmations, meditations, just having time to myself, and then doing my classes, doing my book readings, doing my live readings, etc. So my day is pretty much a complete day of spiritual activities, as well as spending time with my partner. So it does take up a lot of your time. So bear that in mind when you're thinking about it. But I will be opening that coven on the 1st of January to start off a new year. Okay, so does anyone have any questions before I close class? And then I'm going to do a card of the day on TikTok, a couple of little TikTok things, and then I'm going to post this video onto the subscribers page and the Mystic Witch YouTube channel. You'll get the link to the Mystic Witch YouTube channel on my website, which is on my bio here on TikTok. So does anyone have any final questions, or are we all good? And have you found the class helpful? Hopefully everybody's found the class useful or helpful in some way. I think TikTok has been a little bit slow with the comments, which doesn't help. But if anyone does have any questions when it's posted to the subscriber page, please, when the video is posted, in the comments section, just ask any questions that you have. Or if you've been practicing the scrying and you've got questions to ask, again, ask on the page, or you can ask me in the subscribers chat on Facebook, whichever is easier for you. So I hope everybody has enjoyed the class and got something out of the class. And I'm going to close this live just now and hop on to TikTok, do the card of the day while I've got my candles lit. And then I'll post this to the subscribers group for everyone to watch this video back. So I'm going to thank everyone for joining me, and I look forward to next Sunday's class. So I'm assuming either the comments aren't working again or everything's frozen. So I'm just going to close this. And I will see, I'm back tomorrow night. It's just going to be a normal TikTok live, and we're going to be doing some dowser readings rather than card readings, just for a little change. So that will be 9:30 p.m. UK time, 3:30 p.m. CST time. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you all. Till then, have a great Sunday evening, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Love and bright blessings. Mwah. Love you all.